Hey guys, it's BiggestAGFanEVer here, back again, and on my last video and my old All My Dolls video, I got a lot of comments from people saying, wow, you have a lot of dolls. And people also asked how I could afford all of those dolls. And one person in particular, Songs by Corey, asked if I could make a video on how to save up for a doll. So today I'm going to be giving you guys my tips and tricks of how I saved up all this money for all of my American Girl dolls. Before we begin, I just want to thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I am going to be doing my 1,000 subscriber Q&A, so that video will be coming next week. But now, on to the video. So my first tip is something to keep you motivated, because saving up for a doll takes a long time. And during that time, you might be tempted to spend your money on something else. So you might need a little bit of motivation to keep you from spending your money and actually saving it to put towards the doll. So I would recommend taking a picture of the doll that you want and putting it in a spot that you will see every single day. And what better spot than your wallpaper on your phone? So that way every single time you open your phone, you are reminded of what you are saving up for, and it gives you a little bit of a boost to actually save up more money. And if you don't have a phone, you can always do it the old-fashioned way and take a physical copy of a photo of the doll, whether that be from a magazine or you can print it up online, and you put it in your room in a location that you will see every single day. So like on the back of your door or on your wall or even on the mirror, so that way every single time you're getting ready in the morning and when you go to bed at night, that is the first and the last thing that you see every day. So my next tip for saving up money is to save your coins. Every single time that you find a coin on the floor or in the couch, or every single time that you buy something and you get change back, make sure that you save it. I know that it might seem a little bit silly to be saving all this change, especially when it's only pennies or nickels, and it doesn't seem like that much money, but eventually it does build up. I have definitely used this one, and I have actually bought an entire doll with a bag of change. So it is possible. So my next tip for you guys is to see if your parents have anything that you can do for money. I know that not everybody gets an allowance, so you could always ask them and see if they have sort of a bigger project for you to do for a bit of money. Some examples of things that I did when I was younger was I typed up all of my grandparents' recipes because they were handwritten, and I got paid for that. And I also helped paint the walls in our house for money. But you can always ask your neighbors as well to see if they have anything that you can do, like pulling up weeds or walking the dog, simple things like that. And over time, all of those little tasks definitely build up and you save a lot of money from that. But if your family members or neighbors say no and that they have nothing for you to do, you do have to respect them in that manner, because if you keep asking them over and over and over again, you will seem less like a responsible person and they will be less likely to give you work to do in the future. My next tip for you guys is to set up a lemonade/bake stand in your neighborhood. I would definitely ask your parents for help with this one so that way they can determine the costs, so you are actually making a profit on this one. But if it is done right, this is definitely a very profitable way to make a lot of money. You can also ask your friends to help out as well, but then you have to split the profits with them. My friends and I used to do a bake stand every single year, but we used to donate the profits to charity, so we never really actually made money off of it. But if you decide to actually keep the money, you can definitely make money off of this. My next tip is for people who are a little bit older, but still not old enough to get a real job yet. You should definitely try babysitting. Babysitting is a great way to make money, especially if you have younger cousins or family friends that are younger and you can get right into babysitting. If you don't know anybody that's younger, you can always ask your parents or family members or neighbors to spread the word that you want to babysit, so that way they can get your name out there and you can babysit people's children. The amount of money that you make will depend on the hourly rate of the parents, but this is definitely a great way to make a little bit of money. My next tip is for you people that are crafty. If you're skilled in making things or painting, you can definitely make them and sell them to family members or friends. This way can be a little bit hard because sometimes people might not want to buy what you are making. When I was younger, I used to sell complex rainbow loom bracelets to my friends at school. I definitely didn't go into it trying to sell things. I just wore my rainbow loom bracelets to school, and then people asked if they could have some, and I said, yeah, if you'll pay me. So then I started making rainbow loom bracelets for my friends. Other things that I also made were duct tape wallets and stuff because that was really popular when I was in middle school. So if you just get creative, I'm sure that you can find something that you can sell to your friends too. My next tip for you guys is to have a garage/yard sale. This is a great way to not only declutter and get rid of things that you no longer use, but to also make a little bit of cash. I have used this a lot to get rid of things that I no longer need and to make money off of them. Some things that I have sold over the years have been clothes that I no longer wear or no longer fit me, old electronics, and the main one is my old toys. I used to have a lot of Barbies when I was younger, and one year I finally decided to sell them all, and I made enough money to buy at least one doll. This next tip is not for everybody, but if you are old enough, I highly recommend getting a part-time job. Getting a part-time job is really helpful because it allows you to have a steady stream of income. When I turned 16, I got a part-time job at McDonald's, and with the money that I made, I was definitely able to buy a couple of dolls. Now I currently work as a lifeguard, and it is a lot of fun and a great way to make money. My next tip is going to keep you from spending the money that you just made. Obviously, you don't want to spend your hard-earned money on something that is not the doll that you've been saving for. So you're going to need to find a place to store it to keep you from grabbing it and spending it. I recommend putting it in a jar with a lid so that way you consciously have to open it every single time that you want to grab money to spend. You can even put a post-it note on top of the jar that says no spending. So that way you will be reminded every single time you go to grab money out of there. If you need something extra to keep you from spending it, I would recommend putting it in a place where you won't really think about it. After all, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, you won't want to spend it. My final tip for you guys is to have patience. Although Songs by Corey asked for tips to make quick money, there really is no way to make quick money. All of the methods that I've talked about today, and basically every other method there is to making money, takes time. So if you have a little bit of patience and follow all these tips, you'll probably be able to save up and buy the doll that you've been looking forward to. But if it takes a little bit longer than you were expecting, don't get discouraged. If you have the patience to keep going and work really hard, you'll eventually get what you want. So those are my 10 tips for making and saving money for an American Girl doll. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon so you'll be notified every single time that I upload. And comment down below which tips you are going to follow to save money for an American Girl doll. And don't forget to follow my Instagram, it is _BiggestAGFanEVer_ to see behind the scenes of all of my videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!